Hi guys, how we doing? It has been a minute since I had a chance to stop and actually get out here and do a long form video. For those of you that haven't caught my shorts, yes, I do live in Western Kentucky. We've had a rough couple of days, but we're starting to finally dry up just a tiny bit. That storm system was no fun, but we made it through without any real issues. A few branches downed, but that's about the worst of it. So what I am doing today, I'm going in with this really kind of brownie pink color that I just mixed up by using a soft pink that I had and gold. And I'm going to be lining her nose and lips with that. Now, I do know normally I just kind of prattle on about whatever pops into my head on these. But I do actually want to focus and thank you guys just a bit. I have moved up to 31 followers now, which is kind of exciting. I'm less than 20 away from actually being able to do a live stream here and there and things like that, which may not seem like a lot, but it's something I'm excited to be able to try and see how we do with it. And I'm gonna come in and add to these eyes. Everything is just layers. And the more layers we put in, the more realistic it tends to look in the long run. Though I am probably going to have to go back over that little spot with some white, but that's alright. Well, there we go. Sometimes I don't quite realize my hand is just completely blocking the camera. I do apologize for that. And if you saw my short from this afternoon, I did finally get my bird bath moved. Every single time I've gone to try and do that, it's decided to fill up with rainwater. And old soggy concrete is extremely heavy. I'm sure my neighbors probably thought I was completely off my rockers rolling it along the road or along the path to get it where I needed it. So I think I'm gonna go just a little bit more with that. Let me actually wipe this down because I'm gonna need it for the black that I'm gonna go over it with. And I'm gonna grab a slightly bigger brush. Not that much bigger. Well, finding the brush size you're looking for is not always super easy, especially when you're not 100% certain what you're looking for yourself. So were any of you guys stuck dealing with this mess of weather we've had, or were you watching us on the news and hoping that everybody came through all right, or did everybody realize that there were some people that really just got rocked pretty badly with those storms? I consider myself lucky. We do live pretty much at the top of a good-sized hill. All of the towns surrounding where I live did flood out. And thankfully, because we do live up here, we did not flood out. We couldn't get anywhere, however. So she has a nose and mouth. I am going to go back over those with black. I'm going to let that dry for a minute though. And I think while we're waiting for that to dry, we'll set that back down. Grab yet another brush. And I'm going to grab a white, my trusty dusty cabinet here. And scoot you guys back so you can actually see. And we'll go ahead and get the detail work on the tail a little bit. Now, I don't want this to be a pure white because that's not very realistic. So we're going to go with the nice white there. And we're actually going to add just a little touch of gold to that. Just basically making it a slightly off-white. And there we go. So, let's see. Still gonna have to... Can I zoom you out anymore? There we go. Believe it or not, sometimes the camera angles actually help me as well. So it's really quite hard to see up under her tail where this needs to be. So there's that. I'm loving how she's actually coming along. I never did quite completely undo the chocolate bunny look, but I kind of decided I didn't overly want to get rid of that look. I think it just kind of makes her that little bit more lovable. Now what we are going to do, just because I don't want such a stark line on her tail, so I'm going to just take this little bit of paper towel here and just kind of pat that. So we can kind of create an almost fur line effect. Though if you're going to deal with acrylics and have them be just a little bit too quick drying sometimes. There we go. This line over here decided to just dry on me and be perfectly harsh and stark, which is exactly the opposite of what I was hoping for. But we got her. Ooh, I am definitely going to have to get up under there and oil her one of these days. So now that's at least partially dry. We're going to come over. Is it really a good day if you don't end up with paint all over your hands? And we're just going to gently define her nose and lips just a little bit with the black. I don't know if you can see the difference it makes from there, but we can come back in that little bit there. I just almost dipped it back in the pink. That would have been kind of funny. Not the end of the world, but kind of funny. Doesn't need to be a perfect stark line or anything, just a little reminder of, hey, I'm here. There we go. So now she has a little bit more of a defined mouth. And one more time with these eyes. These eyes have seen more liner than mine have in a long time, since I almost never actually wear makeup. Makeup has just gotten a little too complex for me these days. My daughter does some amazing tricks with it, but I just never could figure out. I look like some of the joke pages that do the 2000s makeup half the time when I try to do too much. I'm happy being natural. So there's that much. Now, since I have an overabundance of black paint and the handy dandy clean brand new brush, I swear I'm the worst. I cannot resist a pretty set of brushes. So a lot of times when I see them in the store, I will just go ahead and pick them up. So we are going to layer her eyes a couple of ways. We're going to do a layer of black, and that's going to dry. And then we'll do a layer of color. And then we'll do a layer of pupil over top of that. Boy, that did not turn out quite right. You ever want to challenge yourself? Try to paint even close to a perfect circle with a brush. Even a brand new one, it's easier said than done, unless you have a brush that has a perfectly round tip. But well, this one came out a little bit better. So we will come back next time, and it'll be a fairly short video, more than likely, and we'll get her eyes finished up, and we'll actually install her hat on her head, and she'll be ready to go. So until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.